So this question was asked in the Ask Women subreddit. What lie did you tell men so they can leave you alone? It's wild that this commentary has to take place, but that's where we are right now. Women just want to be left alone. And it's very evident every single day that women are choosing to be single on purpose. They purposely are trying to avoid the male gaze. All right, let's look at some of these answers. Oh, and jump in. What lie did you tell? What are some of your go-tos? Let's just get some one-liners so that other women can be equipped. This is a go-to. She says, I used to wear a fake engagement ring when I was single. A great deal of men don't respect women, but seem to respect a hypothetical male stranger's claim to them. Yes, they will respect. Well, yeah, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. The next person says, I did this in France, helped so much with making street hawkers back off. They're a lot more hesitant to grab you if they think a husband might get offended. Rose says, my Nana gave me a fake engagement ring when I was working at a bar. That was a lifesaver. This person says, when I attended bar, the cocktail waitresses all wore these. They called them no pest strips, which I found funny. Okay, Fluffle Cat says, all of my lies in the responses I got. Number 1, I'm engaged. The response, is he here? Number 2, I have a baby at home. The response, I love babies. What's its name? Number 3, I'm gay. The response, I can fix that. Number 4, I'm 16. The response, we can pretend I'm 16 too. He was late 20s at least. Number 5, I'm not looking to date right now. The response, who said anything about dating? I don't want to know your name, just what's under that dress. Number 1, I would not suggest number 4 because some people might enjoy the whole 16. But let me know what you think about these other ones. Actually, I'm kind of leery about number 3 too, because that whole I can fix that part, yeah, that sounds like something that they would say as well. Big Titty Toad says, I want to talk to you about Jesus. That would be a funny one. Crystal Ship Sarcasm says, add in, I can save you. And then Big Titty Toad says, all you need is the baby fundy voice. Y'all know the baby voice that some of these conservative circles use, and apparently Mormons as well. Yeah, this is a good one. I like this one. I wouldn't think to use this one considering, yeah, being agnostic and all. Linguistica says, I just tell them about the depth of my health issues, but I spare no detail and it daunts them. Plus, it's true. I like this idea because, a lot of these people, even in real life, they show that they will not stick and stay when a woman gets sick. So putting it all out there in the very beginning would, I think, run them off. Suspended Toe says, okay, so basically instead of saying you're disabled, you can claim to have superpowers because this is kind of op. And then Kato Jinsama says, I used to always say I have a headache. No man likes a woman with constant headaches and sudden bad moods. And Raina Draken says, I need to start doing this. See, this is a good one. I like this one. Tell them about your health issues. Even throw in some made up ones. Just like figure out something. Just say a bunch of terms that sound kind of medically. They wouldn't know the difference. That would be a good one. Let me know what your go-to lies are, if you have any, if you've tried any, and what the responses were. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Okay, so a woman is asking, am I the a-hole? And y'all know when these people post, they're simply looking for validation for feeling normal human emotions. She says, I made a dumb joke about my boyfriend. Am I the a-hole? All right, what's the joke? Let's see. She says, so I need an opinion of people not attached to me or my boyfriend. My boyfriend got mad at me on Sunday, and he's been ignoring me since. So I feel like maybe I'm the a-hole. So they're both 35. She says, so I'm 35 and he is 35, and we've known each other for 10 years and dated for 2. He knows how much I like writing books. I self-published a kid's book last month, and he's been really quiet about it. This past weekend at my family cookout, my father mentioned the book and how proud he is of me, but my boyfriend walked inside saying he was grabbing our drinks. At the end of the day, my parents offered me some money to go to a book convention, and the boyfriend audibly scoffed. On the way home, I asked what his deal was, and he said that his job, he's a back end software engineer, will provide for us and he will let me have my fun as a creative for now, but eventually I have to grow up. I laughed because I assumed he was joking. He, of course, was upset and told me my meaningless book was objectively illustrated poetry. I shut down, and then he was upset I was acting mad, so I changed the subject. He continued to make my book a topic by jokingly saying my glorified illustrated poetry shows my middle child syndrome, or that I must crave mediocre attention from people. I shrugged and replied, hey, if you think you're mediocre, okay, and moved on. He texted me the next morning saying I tore him down and was being a bully, and he was kidding with me, and he hasn't responded to me since. I am away on a planned work trip, and now I'm overthinking it. She says, am I the a-hole? The thing is, I think she could have gone a little bit harder. When these people attempt to downplay or degrade something that you've worked hard on, like, what is the purpose? Why do you want to degrade something instead of supporting the person you're supposedly in love with or in a relationship with? What is the purpose of? You see this person diligently working. She's doing the writing a book is a process. You have to have a concept. You have to sit down. You have to actually do it. Then you have to add the color to it and the extras to it. And then you have to get it published. That takes work and diligence. And then to have someone just poop on it is absolutely out of pocket. And then for him to consistently try to poke at you as is a joke. A lot of the times, and we keep saying this, men's jokes are not jokes. It is how they feel. And then they try to pepper over it or perfume over it with a little chuckle. Take this seriously. Someone who is willing to try to degrade your accomplishments. I don't care if it is the first time you have made a mug and you felt proud of it, and then someone wants to degrade you. I don't care. If you are proud of something and someone wants to poo-poo on you, you take that seriously. Take that seriously, because it could be as small as a mug. It could be your first $1,000 bonus. They will continue to downgrade you. All right, I do want to know what you guys think of this. I do want to jump into some of the comments. Craptastic Life says, why does he think it's okay to jokingly tear you down? He sounds very immature and unsupportive. Is this someone you really want to hitch your wagon to? And then I Combination says, I recently read a paper of an experiment that was run. People were told their partner had scored well on a test in the upper 10% or something of that nature. Even in instances where the person hadn't themselves taken the test, the men participating reported lower self-esteem from their partner doing well. Could be her success at publishing a book has made him feel bad about himself, so he's minimizing her effort and success to make him feel better. So the person below says, that sounds very interesting. Do you think you could source or give keywords so I can find it? So then I Combination did her one better. She provided the link. She says, here's the link to the full article. So here it is. And I will post like the title here. She says, it certainly made me think of all the red pill argument that men don't care about women's achievements in a new light. Obligatory reminder that it is not necessarily generalizable across all people. It's also older than I thought by a decade. Older text. I'm on the run and don't have a link. Oh, okay, so she went back and added the link. I am not going to do this article, but if you wanted to find it yourself, it is titled Gender Differences in Implicit Self-Esteem Following a Romantic Partner's Success or Failure. So if you wanted to go back and find it, that is the title. Dropped My Brain says, I didn't read the study myself. I only heard about it. I'll try and find it though. But there was another one done on hostility towards women by men, specifically in the context of gaming. The study found that men at the top of the social hierarchy, usually high-level players or team leaders with lots of items, typically had no issue with women on the team and treated everyone equally. The low-level male players, on the other hand, were far more likely to harass and attack the women. I bet dollars to donuts, OP's husband sucks at his job or is the office a-hole. Also possible, he's the target of workplace bullying and harassment, and he only feels like he sucks at his job. But if that's the case, he can complain to HR and stop taking it out on his wife. Now, these two are not married. She said boyfriend. She should not make this person her spouse because she does not want to get legally tied to this person and then have to detach once her books get really going and she becomes successful, because he would be the type that wants to dim her shine. Heather in the middle says, not the a-hole. Please rethink being with someone who outright scoffs and puts you down regarding something that you care about and who tried to act like he was joking when you got upset about it. It won't get better. You can find someone else who isn't threatened by your endeavors. I wish you well. And then Dry Sandwich 860 says, he's 35. He clearly doesn't want you to succeed with the books. You need to ask yourself, why is that? He sounds like a lot of men I work with. They think they're God's gift because they deal with engineering, physics, and computing. They all have girlfriends and wives who are not paid much and who are dependent on them. Based on the way these men talk, I have the following possibilities for you. Is it that your boyfriend doesn't want to share the spotlight, doesn't want you to be financially successful, resents that his work is not fun and yours is, doesn't want you to spend time on a career because he thinks you should be at home catering to him? His comments were rude and unnecessary. I generally try not to tell people to break up because a short post here can't represent the complexity of the average relationship. But from what you said, I'm tempted. This is a big deal, and you need to be very emphatic and insistent on resolving it. Exactly. This is a good one. This is a good set of bullet points. Does your boyfriend or spouse do this to you? If you're successful in making a way out of no way, you got a side hustle that you're successful in, and they want to just pour some water on your candle to dim your light, talk to yourself, ask yourself these questions. Jump in the comments. What do you think about this one? So this 20-year-old posted this Am I the A-hole thread. And he said, am I the A-hole for wanting my girl to listen to everything I say? His post was cross-posted in the Am I the Devil? And they titled it, Yeah, I cheated, but she's the problem. Now, this dude is 20 and so is his girlfriend, but he is already showing signs that he is going to be controlling. Of course, his post was completely deleted from the Am I the A-hole post, or he deleted his page. I don't know, but they did cross post it, so we still have it. He says, am I the a-hole for wanting my girl to listen to everything I say? Like I said, they're both 20. He says, I have been with my girlfriend on and off for a year. We broke up a few months ago because I cheated on her by sending and receiving nudes. She found out and broke up with me. I deeply regret what I did, and since then, I haven't texted any other girls. However, when we broke up, she started texting others and posting pictures of herself. They were broken up. She can do what she wants. These weren't just normal pictures. They were full body pictures in dresses for other men to see. So she was fully clothed. It really hurt me, but she came back and wanted to give us another chance. She says she only did it because she has never taken back someone who cheated and was just trying to move on, but couldn't because she still missed me and still loved me. So she wanted to give us a chance. We are both struggling to make it work because we both have trust issues. Most of our arguments stem from her not listening to me immediately when I asked her to do something. For example, when I tell her to go home immediately when she's out because I'm worried for her safety, she asks why. Like she dares question me. This makes me so mad that I cuss at her and then she cries. So he reacts in anger when she doesn't do exactly what he says. He is angry when someone doesn't immediately jump as if she is a dog. But it all wouldn't happen if she listened without questioning. I don't know what to do. She is really hurt and has depression. I want to support her and be there for her, but I'm scared I'm just healing her and building her up for the next man. I want us to be good like before. I want to marry her one day. Additionally, her whole family hates me for what I did to her, and they made her choose between me and them. That's also a main reason we broke up, because she didn't want to lose her family. She is going to therapy and wants me to go to therapy with her, but I don't see why we should go together when, in my opinion, the only problem is she needs to listen to me. I told her I could give her the world if she only did what I asked her to. Could you guys please give me advice on what to do? I don't want to look back in the future and regret making the wrong decision. So he wants to isolate her so he can continue to control her. That's the whole thing about the family sees through him. They see that this is going to be a problem relationship. So they want them to break up. And he's like, I don't need her to have this support, because if I am too controlling and push her away, then she'll have a place to land. I don't want that. I need her to jump when I say jump. And if she doesn't like it, she has no choices but to do this. So someone like this is a 20-year-old and he's acting like this. He's going to be even worse if they were to have kids, if they were to get married, if they're in a lease, if he isolates her by moving her across the country. This is a red flag. And ladies, if you have a person like this who just cannot take a simple why, like they can't take it, then you need to run, because they are controlling and is only going to escalate. So, OK Carpet is seizing on the part where when I tell her to go home immediately when she's out. OK Carpet says pretty much everyone would ask why. Like, do I need to know something? Do you know something I don't? Is there a flood coming? A meteor? Why do I have to go home immediately? Of course she asks why. And of course it has nothing to do with concerns about her safety. Then they seize on most of our arguments stem from her not listening to me immediately when I ask her to do something. And they just simply say, what a clown. You are 20 years old, dude. Who the heck are you? Strangled in Moonlight says, I dated a guy like that a long time ago. We broke up when he called me in the middle of the night and told me to pack a bag and drive to a city 3 hours away. I refused to without knowing why. He was testing me to see if I'd get up and go during an emergency without questioning him. Exactly. If there is an emergency, how it would have taken one more sentence to explain what the emergency was. You don't just test people like this. I absolutely believe that Strangled in the Moonlight did the right thing. Bratty Little Subby says, the thing is, in an actual emergency, you are informed you need to leave by police, fire, the emergency alert system, not some a-hole wanting to see how much how much control they have. I'm proud of you for ghosting him. The thing is, even in an alert system, they tell you why. Get in the house. There's a tornado coming. Get out of the house. There's a fire. There are reasons to get out, and the alert system will also tell you why you need to get out or in or whatever. Strangled in the Moonlight says, that was one of my issues. It was just immediate obedience. I scoff at that. Like, I'm a person. I work better if I have more info. What I do is different if it's an angry vampire named James who is hunting me because I was at a vampire baseball game versus a wildfire or a gas leak. Obviously, are you running from vampires or zombies, or are you running away from a fire? Please let me know. It'll take you one more sentence to explain. Kiki Brand says, the whole tone of this made me think of something I saw posted to the Nice Guys a year or two ago, where the dude just went on a whole rant about all he wants is a woman who's out of his league to cook him steaks and give him BJs whenever he asks. I mean, I wouldn't say no to that either, but I find that life can be a lot more satisfactory when you broaden your expectations. And maybe even think of women more so as humans and not just bang maids or bang dolls, bang cooks. We are bigger than just someone who is here to be a servant to you and your baby batter receptacle. We are bigger than that. Why won't these men get it in their brain that we are bigger than just a release tool for them? Frankie Sausage says, it sounds like all women are out of his league. And then Kiki Brand responded with, the sad part is that doesn't mean he couldn't find a woman like that. Doesn't mean she isn't out of his league. Just means she doesn't realize it, which often means her history before meeting him was probably rough in ways that's hard to think about. Exactly. If some woman is willing to deal with a person like this, that all they do is expect you to serve them in various ways, then what does that say about the healing that you need to do? All right, jump in the comments. Let me know about this jumping that some of these people expect. Let me know how you feel about that. Did you immediately scoff like I did? Like, comment, share. And if you made it this far and haven't followed, go ahead and hit the follow button.